Hi everyone, good evening. Just waiting for the train to come along, so might as well do a couple of videos. I wanted to talk about robberies in boxing. I believe the Matchroom show is going on at the moment, so obviously I'm on my way home now. I haven't had a chance to watch it live. I'll just watch it on YouTube tomorrow. I and a lot of us, I'm sure we can all agree, robberies are a serious issue in boxing. Trying to think of something. Obviously, well, you have John Ryder fighting tonight against Danny Jacobs. I think, I feel that John Ryder got robbed against Callum Smith. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of robberies you can mention. Some people talk about the Golovkin-Canelo situation. Now they're saying Golovkin may or may not fight Canelo again later this year. If he does, I'd imagine you'd have to favour Canelo. The momentum seems to be with him. He seems to be in a zone of his own right now. He seems to be in that elite performance range. When you see certain athletes just go on a run, the Michael Jordans, the Lionel Messis, the Alis, the Mayweathers, etc., the Pacquiaos. I mean, I'm not saying Canelo's the greatest ever necessarily, but he just seems to be on a roll right now. His last few performances have been very solid, and you've seen Golovkin have difficult fights, so I just don't see I don't see Golovkin winning at this stage. But I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. I wish Golovkin well. But obviously robberies are a very serious issue in boxing, and my brief thoughts on this are that I just feel referees and judges, they should be held to a high professional standard, a code of conduct. And if people feel that they have given, questionable decisions and so on, there should be repercussions. You should be punished. You should be... I don't know which game it was. I saw something on Twitter. There was some dodgy officials in an American sport recently. I think it was baseball or American football. I can't remember which. I just glanced at it. I didn't really read it properly. But they had some questionable conduct and they were punished. I think they were fined, they were fired. I just think something like this should happen in boxing. It just happens too many times, too many dodgy decisions, and I just think you really have to question, are these people getting paid off? My guess, I wouldn't say they're getting paid off per se. I don't think anyone's giving them an envelope under their hotel room. But it's the same with me. It's that basically the best way I can explain it, you know who to look after. Like in boxing, certain people will give you better treatment. For me right now, if you want to go in order, the people that are giving me the best access are Sky Sports Boxer, number one. I know a lot of people that work at Sky Sports. I've got Johnny Nelson's phone number. I've got Adam Smith's email. I've got other people's personal contact details. I'm not trying to show off, but I'm just trying to tell you the ins and outs of boxing. I'm not trying to sound cool or anything like. I'm not really like that. I think you don't really hear me talk a lot about rumours in boxing, or I've got secret sources. I don't really talk about that stuff. I just go on with it. But I'm just telling you what it's like. I know a lot of people at Sky Sports on a personal level. I've got their contact details. And there's quite a few. I'll name some more. I don't see the harm in naming them. Andy Scott, Ed Robinson, I get on very well with them. I've known those two. Ed Robinson and Andy Scott, I've known since literally, what year would I say? Well over, 2010, so well over 10 years ago. So me and them are very close. We're very... In boxing, I mean, we don't go to dinner or hang out. So they're the ones that are giving me the best access, number one. Number two would be Matchroom, obviously. Again, there's people at Matchroom. Obviously, Eddie Hearn, I've known him for over 10 years. And obviously, I know a lot of the people at Matchroom. I know them, on a personal level, around boxing events, I mean. I'm not saying we're best friends, but, they help me out. Third, who would I say gives me the best access in the UK? Obviously, you'd have to say Steve Goodwin. With me, I'm very fair in how I treat people, but basically, I know that those are the people that treat me the best. I would say I'm very fair in how I treat them and their fighters, but obviously other people, what they would do, they try and, if you're giving them access, they'll try and give your fighters favourable treatment, and Eddie's the best promoter in the UK, or you should sign with Eddie Hearn. That's what they do. So this is what I'm trying to say, what the judges are doing. They'll favour the fighters on the home show because they know that if they favour Eddie Hearn fighters in future, Eddie Hearn's going to give them more work. And if you've been to these events, if you've seen what it's like behind the scenes, you should see some of these hotels these people are staying at. Like these nice, like one of these hotels, I walked in there. It's like, how much, how much is it to stay here tonight? Talking like 120, 130 pounds for one night. No thanks, I'm not staying there. I got the money, but I'm not paying that much. So I mean, you imagine staying in these places, exclusive access, getting the 5-star treatment. It turns your eye, and obviously a lot of people enjoy that. I enjoy it. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy it? I understand. The problem is though, when you're giving fake fight results and you're messing up people's lives. Like I remember when Kiko Martinez fought Zelfa Barrett. I think Kiko Martinez won that fight, but they gave it to Zelfa Barrett, the matchroom fighter. And look, there's so many fights you can mention, but you got to start shutting these people out in boxing. Maybe give them like a penalty system, like when you have a driving accident and you get points on your license. I don't drive, but I've heard about it. You need to have that in boxing, points on your license. If you get too many points, then just get banned from boxing. Because if you keep giving dodgy results, and I hope you can hear me, I'm sure you can hear me better now. If you keep giving dodgy or bad results, either you're incompetent or you're corrupt. Which one is it? But either way, you don't belong in boxing. With me, I can't drive. I wouldn't be able to pass a driving license. So, I can't get a job as a cab driver right now. But, I keep talking. I really need to, let me sort the driving lessons out by the end of the year. By summertime, I'm going to learn how to drive. So that's just the reality of the situation. So the same thing's got to be done in boxing. If you're not performing well as a referee or a judge, then you're not good enough. You're not good enough for the job. As a boxer, you need to pass a medical, pass this, pass that. I know people who have been declined professional boxing records because they haven't had enough amateur fights or they haven't got enough of a record. Same thing needs to happen with these judges and referees. If you're giving too many bad performances, then your license gets revoked, or your license gets declined, or you're just not good enough. You can't work as a 5-star chef if you can't cook food really well. So that's just what I think about the whole situation. Let me know what you think. Take care. Thanks for watching.